Hey guys, it's the Brownbag talking sports here, and I'm making an NBA video for once. I was thinking about making an NBA video, especially concerning these playoffs because the playoffs, they look pretty exciting and it looks like there's going to be a lot of competition this year, but I didn't really know much about the players or the season, so I didn't really feel too confident really speaking on it. But I just wanted to talk about this game, man. Um, this, this was amazing. Wow. By now you probably know the Clippers were trailing by like 31, while 7 minutes were left in the third quarter. But they made a comeback. They never gave up. They never lost hope. And if you're a Clippers fan right now, you have to be excited, you know? Um, I was listening to a lot of other people talk about this and just talk about this historic event because it is historic. This is the biggest point deficit that a team has came back from and won in the playoffs ever. You can book it now, but yeah, I was listening to other people talk about this, and a thing that actually kind of caught my ear was that this might catch this team, the pure fight that this team just performed in Golden State's home, down 31. That this might convince like a big free agent to go there, you know? The LA Clippers don't really have any big names there, but that could change this off season, you know? But yeah, back to the game. Just my random thoughts on it. It's you know, the one time I go to bed before a playoff game even starts, like the previous playoff games, I didn't watch all the way through. I watched like some of them all the way through, like that Toronto game and that first Nets game, and even the second Nets game. But I was flipping through channels, so I don't know if that really counts. But this one, this one I didn't even care to watch. Like I went to bed immediately. I didn't even see the Warriors go up like 31 points on them because after that first game, I'll give respect to them. They showed fight, but they I just didn't have any trust in their defense. You know, it just Golden State just seemed to be getting easy buckets, and Beverly Beverly was he didn't do a perfect job, but he was showing some fight in that first game. But the defense just it wasn't outright garbage or anything, but I mean, there were times where the Clippers could have capitalized and tried to make a run because they brought it in within like 10 points multiple times in that game one, but they just couldn't capitalize. I didn't really have much faith in the Clippers defense. Um, I was convinced that they'd put up a little fight, but I just went to bed before it even started. It was actually like midnight. It was actually like midnight that I actually well, it was after midnight because this game went on, but it might have been at like 1 or something where I checked my phone, and because I was actually in like a live streamers chat and I was about to turn it off. I was up just going to the bathroom real quick, but I was I was just checking in the stream and I saw the chat and it said, "Dude, did you know that the Clippers won?" And I was like, "This dude has to be trolling. Like, there's no way that the Clippers won." Like, I didn't believe it at first, but I checked out the highlights and sure enough, Golden State they dropped the ball on this one. Um, yeah. Like some Golden State fans or quote unquote fans, because you never know with Golden State. it's always the most successful teams that have the most bandwagons. But it's these Golden State fans in the comments were trying to defend themselves like, oh, well, KD fouled out and he was out, and DeMarcus Cousins, he got injured. By the way, DeMarcus Cousins got injured. I think it was before the beginning of the second half. I could be wrong. But yeah, he something with his thigh, I think. He got a steal and was chasing the ball, and his body just gave up on him, I guess. And I hope he feels better, man. I hope he feels better. But Kerr says that he won't be back for a while, so they could be going this entire playoffs without DeMarcus Cousins. So Golden State Warriors fans were trying to use that as an excuse. But first of all, KD didn't foul out until there was like 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And I don't look. I know DeMarcus Cousins is important to this offense, but I mean, he is an important piece. You always need a center, but they were up. I don't think they were up by 31 yet, but they were up by at least 20 points. At least 20 points at that point, because they were smoking them in the first half. But Cousins got injured, and yeah, that sucks, and I'm sure that'll seeing your teammate get injured and possibly miss the entire playoffs might be hanging over your head a bit, but 30, let's not even say 31, let's just say 20 points. I mean, you couldn't make any adjustments, you couldn't see these guys coming. I mean, it's just inexcusable. Like, you can't excuse that. I get it that Kerr sit down some of the star players or starters for like third quarter and parts of the fourth. I know Curry was like in foul trouble, but again, I mean, so what? That was your own fault. You had a 31-point lead and you couldn't finish it. That's inexcusable. And then the KD excuse, that just doesn't make any sense because he was already in foul trouble. Okay, fine. He couldn't play as freely as he wanted to, but you can't use that as an excuse because it was his trouble that he got into foul trouble anyway. That'd be like saying if the Falcons, if they had called better calls for their offense, they could have scored a field goal and won the game. And using that as an excuse to why the Falcons blew a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl. You can't use that. That's on you. That was stuff that you could control. And that's my point about this foul trouble stuff. This is stuff that you could have controlled. KD didn't have to get into foul trouble. He could have been a little bit more careful. That's basically my thoughts on the excuses, quote unquote, that the Warrior fans have. Because when it comes to foul trouble, that's just your own fault. You can't say something obvious like, oh, if we didn't have to sit Curry for like 3 minutes because he had 4 fouls, then we would have won. You can't say stuff like that. That's your player's fault. And even then, like, what happened to the bench? The Golden State Warriors have a pretty decent bench. They have some of the best in the NBA. They can't hold on to a 31-point lead. I get it that you're not going to play as hard as you would if you're up by literally 31 points. I mean, you saw them coming back. As a basketball player, you have to sense momentum. As a sports player in general, you have to sense momentum. I mean, what were you guys doing? Nobody could play defense. Lou Williams was getting shots all over the floor. I mean, this dude was just balling wherever he wanted to be. Like, bruh, you can't stop Lou Williams? Like, no insult to him. I'm sure he's a good player and all, but you guys gotta play with some gumption. You guys gotta play with some heart. But they didn't. And the Clippers took it. 135 to 131. And they deserve it. They fought. they showed heart. And Golden State, I don't know what it was. Maybe they got arrogant or whatever, but they just fell off. Whether the Warriors win or lose the series, I'll still give my credit to the Clippers because they showed fight in this game. Um, they showed fight. I'm just proud of this team in general, you know. And I don't want any of these Warrior quote unquote fans to take away from anything that these guys have done. I mean, I don't think that the Clippers will win the series. I could be wrong, but I don't think they'll win. But they showed some real fight and they deserve some respect for it. So to all those Warriors fans who are out there, giving them their respect and getting on your own team instead of trying to make excuses for them, I respect that. But to those who are just trying to make excuses for their team, blowing a 31-point lead, I don't have any love for you, man. I don't have any love for that. But this was the Brown Bag talking sports. I'm sorry I've been absent for a while. Uh, yeah, I just kind of took a little break. Well, I guess it wasn't little; it was literally like a couple months. But I'm gonna get back to posting content. Okay, I'm gonna get back to posting content. I got a new mic. I got a Twitter now. Link in the description. Just saying. But yeah. To my subscribers, expect some more content soon. So until next time, Brown Bag signing out. Be proud of yourselves, Clippers. Be proud.